Good evening, America. How is everybody? I warned you, I'm going to be doing these without too much warning because I'm just trying my very best to get a tremendous amount of stuff done, and I'm going to be doing these shorter than I normally do, and that's probably a good thing anyway. And a big part of the reason that I'm doing this is to make it easier to post them to YouTube. But here I am again, somebody's on. And hoping that we can get that YouTube page to take off. Many of you are subscribed to Biker Wisdom and Thoughts. You are a member of the Biker Wisdom page and follow it. Anybody that shows up on here is getting notifications from the page. I'm asking all of you, when I post the YouTube link, go to the YouTube link and like it and subscribe to it. That makes a difference. Makes a difference because it's a wider audience overall. We start making that thing roll, the word gets out there. But let's get the word out there. And today's word is about just how overheated the country is. Just how bad everything is. Just how much stuff is getting said about how, it's becoming violent. And what I'm hearing, and this is, these are talking points on the right and the left, but I have to look at it a little more suspect than all of that. The whole country's overheated thing, and tone down the rhetoric and all this other stuff. Why are we the ones that need to lower the temperature? I'd like to know that. There are some questions here. Was it the Democrats? Was it we blue dots that said, bash him in the head, I'll pay the legal fees? Was that us? No, that was Donald Trump. Was it the Democrats that posted a picture of Joe Biden hogtied in the back of a pickup truck? I don't think that was us either. I'm pretty sure that was Donald Trump. But we're the ones that need to lower the temperature. Now, was it the Democrats that said the Second Amendment people should act against Hillary Clinton? Was that us? I don't think it was us. Oh yeah, now I remember. That was a direct quote from Donald Trump. Was it the Democrats that staged an insurrection at the Capitol and beat police officers in the head with flags, back the blue flags to begin with? Do they not see the irony of that? But was it Democrats that beat police officers with Trump flags? Was it Democrats that went inside and pissed and shit on the walls? Oh, going from there, was it the Democrats that made that a campaign focus? The insurrectionists have now become a let's free them. We have the insurrectionist choir. Was that the Democrats that did that? Oh no, again, that was Donald Trump. Was it the Democrats that called for Nancy Pelosi and Mike Pence to be hanged on that day? That was not the Democrats. That was Donald Trump starting an insurrection and then his people calling for the death of Nancy Pelosi and Mike Pence at his behest. But we're the ones that need to lower the temperature. I'm trying to figure this one out, people. I'm having a real hard time with it. That was Trump and his followers doing that. And was it the Democrats that laughed on stage to the audience at a Trump rally at Paul Pelosi being attacked with a hammer? Was it? Yeah, that was Donald Trump that did that laughter and brought about the laughter at his rally. But we're the ones that are supposed to lower the temperature. And was it a Democrat that carried that out? Oh, no, I'm not going to say the guy's name. That was a right-wing conspiracy theorist that listened to too much QAnon that did that. That thinks that Trump was a pretty good guy, but we're the ones that need to lower the temperature. When we talk about any of this, and as soon as the calls for violence happen, but then that happens against Trump, somehow it's our fault. Somehow we're the ones that need to lower the temperature. Do you not see the hypocrisy in that? Folks, I'm not saying that there aren't some of us who can and will be violent. There are. We have crazy people too. By the way, the guy that took a shot at Trump was really just that. He was someone with severe mental problems. And as it turns out, we found out, I think it was today, that Joe Biden was also a potential target for him. This was not the Democrats trying to take out Donald Trump. We're not the ones that need to lower the temperature. We're not the ones that are acting on this shit. Have we done dumb stuff in different riots and things like that? Well, yes, of course we have. But now we have a vice presidential candidate who is saying that the country should follow Kyle Rittenhouse's lead and look to him as some great moral standard bearer. That more American young people need to be like Kyle Rittenhouse. How the hell does that work? And tell me how that's lowering the temperature. Guys, he said that. He said it openly in an interview, among many other crazy damn things. But he pretty much said that we need to look to Kyle Rittenhouse. Another one that comes to mind right there with that guy. Part of our creating the problem is that we're supposedly making a corollary between Trump and Hitler. If you really want to look at that, we are not making, well, you can make the corollary. Because when you go down the checklist and tick off each thing that leads to fascism, that is Donald Trump. Now, by saying that we ticked off the checklist, somehow that's calling for violence. Hitler and Mussolini are the best examples of fascism. Trump is a fascist. What would we say about him? We can't say anything? We can't point out the obvious? But we're the ones that need to lower the temperature. Somehow pointing out the obvious is turning up the burner, and that's causing the problem. All of these other things that I just mentioned, that's not a problem. We don't call him out on being a fascist. But because the Democrats will, that's us calling for violence. I don't see it. You don't want to be called a fascist? Don't act like one. 6 million dead Jews is not the only definition of fascism. And that's what they go to. Well, You're saying he's Hitler? Hitler killed 6 million Jews. It's probably more than that. No, we're not saying that he killed 6 million Jews. We're saying he's a fascist. That's what fascism led to. That's not calling for violence. Was it the Dems that said Trump is America's Hitler? Was that us? A lot of us think that. That would be his vice presidential candidate is on record saying it. But we're the ones calling for violence. And that does lead to one thought there, Mr. Shady Vance. Given his history, I'd watch my back next January, especially if he loses. He's going to blame it on you. And just so you know, Mr. Shady Vance, his team is already looking to replace you. So they're going to hang a lot of shit on you too, son. As far as Kamala, which, by the way, that's her name. It's Kamala Harris. It's not Kamala. He does that intentionally. We're the ones that are calling for violence, but he's the insulting fuck that will sit up there and not say a name that is very, very well known the right way. But we're calling for violence. But as far as Kamala Harris, she was very, very clear in her addresses as far as nonviolence and unity. But we're the ones that are tearing things apart. Did you listen to her address at her rally? She wasn't calling for violence. We're not calling for violence. But when you split the country as badly as you have, you can't expect that some of that isn't going to happen. We're not calling for it. The circumstances, the things that have been said and done are inciting people to violence. You don't see that? Oh, no, that's the Dems. That's them violent Dems. No, it's not. Never has been. Let MAGA have its way, and the first thing that they are going to change is the name of the country. That very first word after the United States of America. We will not be united under Project 2025, under the likes of a fascist. We won't call him the name because that's us calling for violence. We're not going to be united in fascism. That can't happen. Don't let it happen. We do have to fight, but with your one real weapon, the ballot box. Stay united, people. We are galvanized right now. Stay that way. I don't care what the hell you hear next. I don't care what they throw out there. I don't care what Russian propaganda gets thrown at us. Stay united. Stay galvanized. We have to win this, and we have the right person to win it. Understand that. Put that in your head. Know that going into November, Kamala Harris will be the next president of the United States of America. And when she is, we will still be the United States of America. Make that happen. That's on us. That's our whole job. Vote. If you do, we will win. I love you, America. Share this shit. Share it on YouTube, too.